Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Texture Pack Reviews. Today we will be reviewing the Sphax PureBDCraft Texture Pack by Sphax84. There will be a link in the description to his page where you can download this mod on the Minecraft forums. And without further ado, let's get into our texture pack review. Now, first thing you're going to notice if you watched any of my other texture pack reviews is that I've actually completely rebuilt this just for this and future texture pack reviews. Within this building I'm in right here are an example of every block and every item from the game. So let's just get started. And here you see the texture for smooth stone. I like how they added more texture to it than normal. Here's the texture for grass, which is simplistic, and yet it also shows enough detail to really be interesting. And if you'll notice, these are actually item frames with the item in them. This is dirt, which as you can see is just the grass texture without the grass growing on it. This is cobblestone. Now this looks gravel-like to me, but I guess if you looked at real cobblestone it would look like that. This is oak planks, spruce planks, and birch planks. They each seem to have the same general texture there, but it is varied a little bit, which I like because it gives each of these their own feel. And the jungle planks are the same thing. So let's go over here. Here you see bedrock. It has a darker tint than in the vanilla Minecraft, but I definitely like it because it shows that it's a hard block. The sand texture, if you look, it's wavy, and there's also some color variant there. That's a very nice touch for Sphinx, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Here's the gravel. It definitely looks gravelly. Something you'll notice in this texture pack, as you can see with my pointer, is this pentagonal theme. So you see you have pentagons as the center point. That's a hexagon, but pentagons as the center point for a lot of these textures. Here's the gold ore, and there you see pentagons again. And here's iron ore with pentagons. Now I will admit I do like this design, but it does make them look almost like gems. Now here's the coal. I call it coal ore here, but really it's just coal. And again, you have that pentagonal design. And you can see in the back of all these is the cobblestone, not the cobblestone, but the smooth stone texture. Here we get into the oak wood. These are just logs. I like how they show that there's rounded in between the inner bark and the outer bark. And it looks like all of these, that's spruce, this is paper birch or just birch. And here's the jungle. And they all follow suit. And I like how on the logs they actually have different rounded levels of light hitting it, so it gives a nice effect when you're actually out in where this is actually growing. Here's the sponge block, which is something a lot of texture packs neglect because it's not really in the game, but it's cool because it has the waves, but it also is you can see it's very porous. Here's the glass texture, and it's perfectly clear, which is something I like in my glass textures. We get into the lapis, and this is the first place where the texture pack designer breaks that pentagonal pentagonal theme for a more rectangle square type of theme. And this is the block of lapis, where again we see it's almost a sharded look, and they add color variant so it's not just a solid block. This is sandstone. And as you can see, it just looks like the sand texture, only compacted and not wavy anymore. This is chiseled sandstone, and there you can see the creeper face in it and the hieroglyphs. Here we have smooth sandstone, which is, if you compare the two, they really don't look that much different. And then here we get into the wools. I'm just going to analyze one of these wool textures, and then we're just going to walk through all of them. As you can see, the wool has these straight color variants here, and then the fluff. I like the fluff because it almost makes it look like clouds, which makes you think of soft things. But there's the orange, magenta, light blue, and yellow. And then we have the lime, pink, gray, light gray, cyan, purple, blue, brown, green, red, black, and black wool. So that was all the wools. Here we have the gold block, and you can see they went for it almost looks like a bar of gold with the framing on the outside and the shimmer. Here's the iron block, which looks like it has rivets in it. It's a very industrial look. Here we get into the slabs. They pretty much have the same texture as their whole counterparts. They're just half slabs, so we're just going to go through those really quickly. We're going to see the brick and the stone bricks later on, and the nether brick and the quartz. One thing you'll notice, the quartz slab, there's actually some design on the sides here. In the vanilla, it's just a solid white block, which I don't really like the vanilla design. Here's the brick design. You can see they actually added little notches where the bricks would have wore away. It's a really nice touch, and here's even a beveling effect with the lighting, and I really like that. Here we go to the bookshelf, which is just more detailed than the vanilla Minecraft. Here we have the mossy cobblestone, and it's tough to tell that that's mossy unless you know what you're looking for. If I didn't know what it was, I would just be saying, oh, it's just a different color or shading for the cobblestone. But since I know it's mossy, I really like that design. Now here we go to the obsidian, and obsidian is it's not as dark as bedrock, and again we see the return of the pentagonal theme. So without further ado, let's go up a step. And this is the trapdoor, hatch, whatever you want to call it. We have the oak wood stairs. Same thing, only it's the same texture as the oak wood, only in a stair form. Here's our diamond ore. You have that pentagonal theme, and then here's the diamond block. It's fancy. It's in its little cage here, and you also have the cut. It's actually an emerald cut that they've put on the top of that, and it almost gives it a 3D feel. The cobblestone stairs, same thing as cobblestone, just in the stair design. Here we have redstone ore with the pentagonal theme, and I can't punch it because I'm in creative, and it would destroy it, but it would light up like a normal cobblestone, or not a cobblestone, like a normal redstone or wood. Here's ice. I really like the ice because it looks uneven and crystallized almost, which is what ice is. Here's the snow. You have the waviness. It's kind of like the sand. And here's the clay. Again, there's the waviness, which shows that it's a softer material. Here we have the pumpkin. The pumpkin has an interesting face, and I like that about it. Here's the netherrack. They've actually have an animation for the netherrack, which is really cool. And it makes the nether look very, very interesting, and we'll see that later on. But you'll see that even the little block in your inventory is animated. Here's soul sand, which I was surprised that it wasn't animated, but you can see all the faces in it. It's a really creepy touch. Here's the glowstone. As you can see, it has a shimmer effect, but the shimmer effect doesn't carry to all of the parts of the block, which is a really good design decision there. Here's the jack-o'-lantern, which is just a pumpkin with the torch in it, so there's no real change to it. Here are the stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, and the cracked stone bricks. As you can see, the moss looks like it's growing in the cracks of the stone and where the grout would be, so that's a good design choice there. I like the cracked stone bricks because the cracks look, well, sporadic like cracks would be. And here's the chiseled stone bricks, and they made them just look like tiles. And here's the melon. It looks like a watermelon. More stairs. And here's the mycelium. I don't know how that's pronounced. This is for those mushroom biomes. And if you notice, they added a particle effect above it. It actually emits this these little particles every once in a while. There they are. See? Nether bricks. They are dark, but pretty much the same thing as a normal brick would be. They're just darker and only found in the nether. Nether brick stairs. Same thing as the nether brick, only in stair form. And the end stone. They took the same color scheme, it looks like, from the vanilla Minecraft end stone, but they added a new design which uses the colors to a more advantageous way to make it look better. It's just a really great texture pack. It looks great. Now everything here is just stairs or half slabs, so we're just going to go through them. They carry the same textures as their whole slab or whole block counterparts, and the same is to be said for these two stairs. But here is the emerald ore, and again we're going with the pentagonal theme of the texture pack, but you're also going to see that these look shinier than other things, and that would be because of how they did the colors here, with the brightest color at the points and then darker colors around, and that's really good because emerald's a really rare thing to find. This also has the emerald cut and also has the mark of the texture pack on it, which is this little relic looking thing. This is nether quartz ore, and if you look, it's got shards of quartz in amongst the netherrack texture, and I like how they kept it animated both in the block and in the little block that shows up in your inventory, because it is part of the nether. Now here's a quartz block, and it's an improvement on the normal Minecraft quartz block just because there's actually some texture here. On normal Minecraft, it's just a solid white block, but this you can see the cracks, which really help. This is the chiseled quartz, and it looks like a really cool intricate design here, which is more rounded than the design in the original Minecraft, but I like the design decision. And here's the pillar quartz block, and I like how they added something in here. But even though you're pretty much only going to see this outside, and if you look, it goes from light to dark and vice versa, and that's just the color variant that it has, and I really like that because it reacts to how the light's going, and it's dark outside. Here's the quartz stairs. It has the same texture as the normal quartz block, only in stair form. And here's our oak sapling, looks like an oak tree. Our spruce sapling looks like a pine tree, and our birch sapling with the lighter bark, and the jungle sapling with that color. Here we go, the oak leaves, and as you can see, it looks like normal leaves with the normal color. I'm not sure why there's a difference there. Either that's my mistake and I put the wrong leaves there, or it's just a bug. I'm going to say it's probably my mistake. But here's the spruce leaves, which are actually more needly because they are actual needles, and I like how they look. They're pointy. In fact, they have like stars. Here's the birch leaves, which are the same texture as these leaves, only they are lighter to match the color of the birch tree. Now let's go over here, and here you have the jungle leaves, which have this odd colored pentagonal leaf or fruit or something in amongst the normal leaves, and I like that too. And you can see this is also a lighter green than this, so I'm thinking that might just be a thing in the texture pack. Here's the cobwebs. They're a lot more detailed than the ones in vanilla. Here's the grass, which looks like it has little grass seeds or something in it, also pentagonal in nature. This is interesting, the fern, they just used it to make it look like another kind of grass. Here's the dead bush, which is just like the one from vanilla Minecraft, only a few more branches and a little more detailed. The yellow flower stayed yellow, only they made it the grass texture with pentagonal flowers, and the same thing, the rose is the same thing, only with red pentagonal flowers. And here's the torch. And I like how the torch has this little metal holder, so it's not just burning on the end of a stick. But let's go up here. Okay, the chest, I like how there's this little locking mechanism that is more detailed than in vanilla Minecraft. The workbench has these hammers on it, and also you can see the crafting grid up here with the cloth. I like that. Here's the furnace. The furnace it matches everything in this texture pack, flows together so well, and that's one of the reasons I feel it's one of the best texture packs out there. The ladder, I like how they have the ladder tied together because it's just a nice little touch. Here's the snow. It's the same as the snow texture with the waves, only it's one block because this is the snow that covers stuff. Here's the cactus, really detailed. In fact, you have the cactus flower on top and then the little spikes. The jukebox actually has a little turntable instead of a slot, which makes it more realistic because the kind of discs you receive in Minecraft aren't slot loading discs. They would be ones that you'd have to put on a turntable. And there's that pentagonal theme right there with the speed selector dial. This is smooth stone. I'm not sure why I put smooth stone and cobblestone again. And stone brick. I think for some reason I thought I didn't have it, but I'm pretty sure I do. Here's the iron bars, and they're just like jail bars with a little rivet in the middle, right there. Here's the glass pane. Again, same thing as glass, only it's flat. Here is, I have to keep hitting these. These are the vines. And as you can see, the vines in your inventory look like that. The vines on the thing are a little bit bleaker. But again, it's cool how they spread to other tiles. Here is the enchantment table. It looks a lot cooler. They take the obsidian texture, and there's the symbol of the mod. And the book actually has stuff written in it. And there's what it looks like in your inventory. Here is the ender chest, which you actually have an eye of ender right here with the obsidian logo. And just a retexture of a chest for the ender chest. And I really like that. And when you open it, there's what's in my inventory. You can see it has that pentagonal shading on the inside. Here's the anvil. Not much different, but you can see these little gradients in the color, which really shows the difference. This is a trap chest. I can't tell the difference between this chest and that chest right there. So I'm thinking that they made them the exact same texture so that it would actually be a trap chest. Here's the sign. You've been looking at signs the whole time, but I like how it's kind of like a poster look with this area right in here. Here's the vase. In your inventory, it is hexagonal. Here it is square. And here are the mob heads. Here's the skeleton head skull thing. It's got one red eye, which is pentagonal. And if you look, that one is right side up, and that one is upside down. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose, but it's definitely a cool thing. Here's the wither skeleton. It has the symbol of the mod and two red eyes. Here's the zombie head that looks like it got cracked in the head too hard on there because his eye's a little funny right there. And there's the pentagonal theme again. Here's the Steve head. Steve looks like a mixture of Rambo and Chuck Norris. And here's the creeper head. The creeper is just scary in this mod, and we'll get to that later, especially with this little design here that makes you feel like he's got, I don't know, scales or something coming out of the back of his head. Here is the dispenser, again the pentagonal theme and the just homey theme of the whole thing. Here's a note block. It looks like a jukebox, only with this design on all four sides. Here's the bed, again with the shading and the gradient in the colors. And then here is the TNT, which looks like a bundle of TNT all fused together and tied together with some tape. Here's the redstone block, which is animated, and you can see it kind of glows. It's glowing. It's really cool. And then here's the dropper, which looks a lot like a furnace, but again, it just fits so well together, this whole map pack. Here's the, not map pack, texture pack. Here's the powered rail. You can see how it looks like there's wires running up and down it. Here's the detector rail, which I like how it has the redstone here, because the normal vanilla Minecraft texture for the detector rail doesn't have that. Here's just the normal minecart rail, like we saw in the beginning of the video, and it's just what it is. It's a rail. This is the activator rail, which is used to activate the TNT minecart, and I like how it has the little redstone dot there as well. Here's just a minecart, and let me see if I can flip it right side up there. There we go. And it looks cool like a minecart because you got the pentagonal wheels. And again, chest in a minecart, chest texture, furnace in a minecart, furnace texture, hopper in a minecart, hopper texture, TNT in a minecart, TNT texture, cauldron, you have the symbol of the mod and the pentagon, and of course that's where you're going to brew your potions. You have this nice little particle effect with the pentagonal theme coming out of it, and you also have these ropes here, which is a nice touch, as in you would tie the potions or something to them. Here's the hopper, which just has this, you have a pentagonal funnel with the gradient texture. Here's the beacon block, which has a new symbol we've never seen before. It reminds me of the symbol in, if there's anyone out there who's ever seen Stargate SG-1, it's one of the chevron codes for the Stargate. Here's the cake, again the pentagonal thing on the icing, as well as the icing looks fluffy. Here is wheat, and it looks like actual wheat with the different colors. and you actually see the seeds actually look like wheat seeds. Here's the melon. It has black seeds, and that's what its plant looks like. Here is the pumpkin. It looks a little different. It looks almost the same from the melon, but it grows pumpkins. Here's the sugar canes. They look a lot more realistic bamboo-ish. Here, coal and charcoal look almost exactly the same in this mod. The diamond looks the same, only it's diamond colored. The iron and gold look the same, only except for their color variants. And the lapis just looks like a few chunks of the mined lapis. Here's the set of shovels, and what you're going to see is the wooden tools always look like thrown together, and then you move to the diamond tools, which, as you can see, that's just tied on there. Then you get to where it's just kind of wedged in there. Then it gets to the gold's decorative. The iron is useful because it's molded on, and then the diamond is just bolted and diamond, and it's even got some flair on the handle. There's the clock. I like how it shows this bottom area too. Here's the pickaxes. As you can see, this is not double-sided. It's just tied together. That's tied on still. The iron moves on to where it's molded in and bolted in. The gold is all decorative and nice looking, and the diamond is both nice looking. There's that pentagonal theme right there again, and it also has the useful look of the iron. Here's the compass. I like how the compass is a lighter texture and how it has the reddish and the grayish. Here's the flint and steel. The shears, which look like a pair of scissors, even though it's kind of weird how they look now that I'm looking at it, because there's like I'll just leave that for you guys to discern what that looks like. But here's the fishing rod and the carrot with the stick, which is just the fishing rod with the carrot. Here we have the wooden axe and the axe tools. Same thing. Start out really cruddy, gets a little better to almost a tomahawk looking thing. Then you get to the useful, the decorative, and the decorative and useful. The stick is pretty straightforward, just a stick. And the hose, again, same theme that's been going. The wooden one looks cruddy, stone less cruddy, iron less cruddy, gold less cruddy, and the diamond is really nice. There's the arrow, and you can actually see the feathering right there and the things that are used to tie onto the feathering. There's the bow with its nice little color variant there. I like the differences in that color and that color. There's the string, the feather, and the flint. Now we get on to our foods. There's mushroom stew right there. Here's the apple. As you can see, it has a color variant. There's the bread with the little cuts to let the steam out. There's the raw pork chop, and there's the pork chop. I like this because they look like real pork chops. Here's the golden apple and the shimmering golden apple. The shimmering effect looks pretty much unchanged from the normal vanilla Minecraft, but it's still pretty cool. The raw fish, I like how it's looking at you with its pentagon eye, and I thought it was hilarious. The cooked fish has an X for an eye because he's dead and cooked. The cookie with little pentagon chocolate chips. We have our melon, which looks like a watermelon, and there's the shimmering melon, which is a watermelon which with the pentagonal shimmer. Raw beef and beef. Again, it's got the grilled look to it and the marbling, and chicken and raw chicken, and you can just see the differences between those. Here is rotten flesh, looks like brains. The spider eye looks like a pentagonal eye with the optic nerve hanging off of it. There's the carrot potato, and the baked potato split open, and the poison potato is greenish with these little eyes coming out of it, which is really cool. Here's a golden carrot, which is the same thing as the carrot, only with a golden thing. The pumpkin pie is just a slice of pie with some whipped cream. The blaze powder looks like fire. The magma cream has a little shimmer on it, and I like how that looks. The gas tear actually looks like a tear. And the fermented spider eye, it's just a really interesting choice of texture there, just with that green. Here we have a potion in a bottle, a splash potion, which it looks like they made it look like a bomb or a grenade. And there's just an empty bottle. There's the enchanted book, and you see there's the symbol of the mod from the crafting table. Here we'll get into the swords, and as you can see, it follows the same suit as most things. You have the cruddy wooden sword, less cruddy stone sword, and then it gets nicer and nicer until you get to the diamond sword. Here's the saddle, which actually looks like a saddle, gunpowder, Actually looks like an improved gunpowder texture. The clay, the egg, and the wheat just looks like a bundle of wheat. The leather, I like the leather because it's actually looks like it's been worked a little bit. There's the bricks, glow dust, and I like the ink sac is actually a pot of ink. And then all of the dyes and stuff are just, except for the cocoa beans, which are right there, which actually have really intricate lines drawn on here, which is to make it look like a real cocoa bean. But all of the dyes just are like little powders of the dyes. Even the bone meal looks like a dye, only has a bone sticking out of it. Oh, had a little lag spike there. But here's a blaze rod. It looks just like a stick, only got the pentagonal theme and the variations in color. Sugar, the golden nugget, which has those little dots of varying color. Netherwort, which is a mushroom. The nether star is interesting. It has all these symbols on it, and I don't know what they mean. They may be more just random symbols, but the top one is actually the Stargate symbol I pointed out earlier. And here's the emerald with the symbol of, it's the same pentagonal thing as the coal and the diamond, only it has the symbol of the mod on it. Here's a nether brick, which is the same as a brick, only darker. And here's the nether quartz, which I think they kept. Yep, that's still that little piece of netherrack that's there. It's still animated and still moving, which is really cool. Here's the bucket, and then just various liquids in the buckets. The slime ball actually looks like it's dripping slime, which is a nice touch. There's the snowball, a book, and a paper. Now we can go up to, I think it's our last, yep, this is the last area in the house. There's the ender pearl, which just looks like a crystal ball of some sort. There's the bone, looks like a dog's bone. The ender eye, which we saw on top of the ender chest. The enchantment potion, which is green. A book and quill, which if you look there, it has PureBDCraft on the front there, which is a nice touch. There's the fire charge, which has the little red stuff in there. Here's a blank map, and if you notice, it has the cartography markings on it. And there's a fireworks star. Next, we're going to get into the armor sets, and here's the leather set. As you can see, it's a little ragtag sewn together. Here's the golden set, which is frilly, and there's the mark of the mod on several parts of it. Little crownish looking thing. Here's the iron set, which as you can look makes you look like you're a welder. And there's the mark of the mod again. Here's the diamond set, which has the pentagonal theme. And then around here is the chainmail. Oh, shit, 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 shit. Shit, 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 that was a creeper. No, 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 no. Why are you in here? Okay, hold on, hold on. That was not planned, by the way. I put so much fucking work into this. Too much work for a creeper to come and blow it all up. So here's a diamond sword, and we're just going to approach the creeper and hit him. Back away. Approach. There we go. Okay, the creeper's dead. The creeper's dead. That was not planned at all. Oh, there's another one over there. Why are you doing this to me? This is the first time I've tried recording on this. Okay. Okay, one more. Alright, okay. So the creeper's dead, and now we can go back to our review, and I'll have to work on fixing that later. Must not be bright enough in this room. But anyway, here's the chainmail set, which as you can see, I'm paranoid now. As you can see, has the chain look to it, the pentagons, and that's it. It's not really as frilly as the diamond. Here's all the music discs. I didn't feel like labeling them because I didn't really think it mattered. But you can just see all the differences. There's the crack disc is in the middle other than the crack disc. Now we'll go on to the redstone tools, and I'll pull my hand back out here. Stone pressure plate has the same texture as stone, and it works like a pressure plate. Wooden pressure plate, same thing. Same thing with the gold pressure plate, only you have to throw items on it. And the iron pressure plate, again, it's got the iron texture on it. Here's the lever. Just redstone on the ground, redstone wire. There's a redstone torch, which has the same, pretty much the same texture as a normal torch, only it's red. The redstone repeater, which actually lights the whole block up, and it has these little wire things on the sides. Here's the comparator. Again, same thing, and you can right click on it to say on or off. Here are the buttons. You can see there's just the texture is normal from the other blocks they're based off of. Here's the daylight sensor. It is actually probably night right out right now because it's not giving off a signal, but it kind of looks like a sensor if you look at it. Here's the lamp, and I might just leave that lamp on. Now I'll turn it off, but it has a nice little glass design here, and on the inside must be where the light comes from. Here are 2 pistons, the normal piston right here, and the sticky piston right here. Here is a trip wire, and you'll see when I walk past this, it's going to trip those lights. Here's the wooden door, and then here is our steel door, which has this little steel grating and the pentagonal thing right there. So without further ado, let's jump down here, and here's a boat. Here is our nether portal, and if you look, it's kind of trippy the way the textures work, because that's the base textures flowing upwards, and then these textures are going in waves this way and in waves this way, which causes that crisscross effect. And then here's the end portal, which you can see has this pentagonal effect, as well as this pentagonal. Both of these have these pentagonal shadow effects. But now that we've gotten, there's the moon, which is also pentagonal, and the sky looks really nice in this mod. But now that we've gotten through every single item in the game, let's take a look at the mobs down in our mob chamber, which we have built. So while we're doing this, we're going to go in here and find our eggs, if I can remember where they are. Where are the eggs? There they are. So let's start out with the creeper, the skeleton, the spider, the zombie, the slime, the ghast, the zombie pigman, and the enderman. So here we'll start out with the creeper, which we saw earlier. As you can see, he has this almost reptilian feel to him, and just a face that only a mother could love. And I'm not even sure your mother loves you, creeper. And if you look at his explosion animation, he explodes with the pentagonal effect. And yes, this is bedrock, so we're pretty much safe from destroying anything here. Here's a skeleton. As you see, he wields the bow, and he's just looks like a skeleton head, and his body is see-through like normal. So let's just take, I started flying. Take you out. I gotta make sure not to hit the walls. 3 hits, and you're dead. Here's the spider, and if you look, he's got his 6 eyes, all pentagonal, but his body design is really cool because you can see that he's furry, which is an interesting choice for the designer, because spiders do have fur, which is really cool. Let's spawn a zombie, and if you look, he just looks ripped apart. You see part of his rib cage is missing there, and his belt is disheveled, and he's got a lazy eye, and we're just gonna put this guy out of his misery. So die, zombie. There you go. Let's spawn a slime here. Oh, we get a big one. The slime's face is really interesting here, because if you look at his face right there, you'll see it's not very pronounced. In fact, it's hard to pick out, but it's his eyes and his mouth. But let's destroy this slime. It's going to take us a little bit because he's going to break into smaller slimes, and they're going to break into smaller slimes. And if I miss, I'm going to break a hole in my bedrock like I just did. But that's okay. We can fix that before the next episode. But after the slimes is a ghast. And here's our ghast. If you look, his eyes are half of the pentagonal theme, and if I hit him, he'll start flying, and you can see he actually has like almost a beak designed to him. But we're gonna kill him. He dropped some interesting stuffs. Here's a zombie pigman, and as you can see, he looks like a mixture between a skeleton and a zombie and a pig, with an angry eye and an angry nose. He wields a gold sword and has the disheveled pants. So we're just going to take you out, Mr. Zombie Pigman. Alright, and now the Enderman. which has a really scary texture. You can see the back of his spine, and he's just got those white diamond eyes that are just peering into your soul, and sharp teeth. So let's knock him out. Oh, and his mouth opens to reveal spiked teeth, which is scary. And if you saw those experience orbs there, they have the mark of the mod as well as our pentagons. But we ended with the Enderman, so without further ado, put all these back. Where's the Enderman? There's the Enderman. So we have the cave spider, silverfish, blaze, magma cube, bat, witch, pig, and sheep. So let's start out with the cave spider. He's a lighter texture than the normal spider. He has green eyes, but he also has that furry look to him. And I'm going to try to hit him here, which is going to be difficult. There we go. We have silverfish, which he's a lot more hairy than in the normal Minecraft. And that might be because this is a 128 texture pack, which is a higher res. But if I can get... Oh, I fell down that hole I made. But if I can look at his face, he's kind of like a bug more than a mole, and this is going to be a pain trying to hit him. There we go. I hit him once, hit him twice, and I did poke yet another hole in our safe place. But here's our Blaze, who has a really cool... He has the mark of the mod, and also has a sharp teeth thing to him, and he emits these smoke particle effects. So let's attack him, and he's going to start throwing fire at us. But we're going to try to take him out, and he drops a blaze rod and some experience. Here's a bat, which just looks like a normal bat. It's probably a little bit more detailed, and our bat almost caught on fire, but there we go, we killed him. Here's a witch, who's probably going to be a pain to kill. And if you look at the witch, she has her potions that she's going to throw at you. You can't even tell if it's a she. And she's stitched up from head to toe, her creepy hat, and her scary eyes. So let's attack her, and she should start throwing potions at us. Yep, there's a potion. Oh, she's drinking potions to replenish her health. But we're going to kill her before she has a chance to do this. And holy crap, did she have a lot of points. And I think she dropped redstone there, which is cool. Here's a pig, and he's got his little pig face. He looks depressed, and his little curly pig tail. And you're going to be Bacon Pig, so die. There you go. We got some raw pork chops there. And there's the sheep. The sheep also looks... All the animals look angry in this mod, because he's got angry eyes. He also looks a little scruffy, so we're gonna just put him out of his misery there. And we ended with the sheep, so we'll start with the mob next to the sheep. Next. So... Here's the sheep. So we got our cow, our chicken, our squid, our wolf, our mushroom, our ocelot, and our villager. And that will bring it to an end after we do all of these. So here's the cow. Again, he looks... Well, the cow just looks crazy with googly eyes. He's got his horns, so technically he's a bull. And he looks all scruffy, which is kind of a neat... trick. Here's the chicken, which looks more like a duck to me. Even though he's got the rooster thing, it looks like he's got a bill. But I do like how they added the little like rooster beard and stuff to him. Alright, we got our squid, who is stuck in the thing. Let me see if I punch him out. He has no eyes, but he does have that up for his mouth. He has a pentagon shaped sucker. So let's just hit him, and he gives us ink. Here's our wolf, who he actually looks normal, but he looks kind of just like he's zoning out at something. He's with his pentagonal blue eyes, but he's got the furry thing. Oh, and he's looking at me. That's cool. Sorry, but when I hit him and he goes aggro, oh, he gets an angry face and shows his teeth. That's really cool, and his eyes turned red. Spawn a mushroom, which is a cow with really creepy looking eyes with mycelium stuff on his back and mushrooms. Okay, and we got an ocelot here who just looks... Oh wow, and when the Ocelot runs, he kicks up whatever's underneath him. He's got the pentagonal theme, and we're just going to kill the Ocelot now because he didn't want to say hi to us. Here's a villager, and the villager also has that sheltered look, so it's almost like they're Ewoks or something. Same thing as the witch. And I think that brings our look at all the mobs in the texture pack to an end. So just a quick recap as we're flying up and causing our frame rate to tank. It is actually raining, and we can get a look at the rain texture. It's really cool because you can see when it hits the ground you get those little pentagonal forms, but it actually looks like rain as it's falling. But let's just go around the side here, and as we are headed back to the mainland, I can give you my last thoughts on this mod. One last look at our little review house. I like this mod. I know this mod is used by a lot of famous YouTubers. I think that there's a lot of this texture pack is used by a lot of famous YouTubers. There's a lot of people who use this mod in their Let's Plays. Especially, I think Yogscast uses them on all their things. And one of those reasons is, oh, this is the snow texture, by the way. It's really neat how soft it looks, like soft snow falling. This texture pack's compatible with a lot of other mods such as Buildcraft and I think all of the Tekkit mods pretty much it's compatible with. But if I did a texture pack review which included the Tekkit mods, this would take an hour because there's just so much stuff in that set. But I like this texture pack a lot. It's definitely the best I've ever reviewed. And if you liked this video, drop a like on it. Give me some comments on what you'd like to see on the future. If you do have a texture pack you've made yourself, drop a private message to me. I'll take a look at it, and I'll definitely try to do it. And also, if you're here from the Minecraft forums or something, and you're just watching this and you haven't seen any of my other stuff, this is a variety gaming channel. So I do lots of things. At the current time, I'm doing a randomized Let's Play of Pokemon Emerald version. Starting later in the month, I'm going to be doing a blind Let's Play of Bioshock Infinite, starting the day it comes out. And just anything you'd like to see on that front, I would like you to tell me too. And I just noticed, it looks like all these mob eggs are different colored Pokeballs. I mean, maybe I'm just looking too much into it, but that's definitely what it looks like, which is really cool. So again, drop a like if you like my stuff, and definitely keep a lookout on my channel for more texture pack reviews, mod reviews, and other just general gaming stuff. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.